Hello, my viewers. You must have seen a lot of videos around regarding the Manchester airport incident. But in this incident, I'm not going to discuss anything further because I have already made a video which you must have already seen, and I've been receiving plenty of comments on that as well. Thank you very much for your comments. No matter what comments are, I certainly will reply to them. At the moment, I want to talk about Qatar Airways. That's the alleged airline that has been used by Mrs. Shamim Akhtar, whose two sons were physically assaulted by police. We have seen that stampede over his head, and the other one was kicked on his head as well. And that's a separate issue. But my concern is that if these airlines, they are very, very good airlines. They're not like simple or ordinary or just being launched airlines. They are like, they have earned their reputation. There is no doubt about it. There's so many airlines, and Qatar Airways is one of them as well. I mean, if the customer is uncomfortable or has been disturbed or has been annoyed or has been bullied or has been harassed by a fellow traveler or traveling within the plane, then it's their duty that they take appropriate action. And in this incident, we have seen that this certainly lady has been the victim of racial abuse as well. She has been called bad names, she has been called racial abuse, and that has been witnessed by the crew anyway. According to Mrs. Shamim Akhtar, the crew on board or the Qatar airline has failed or didn't take any action at all, rather than to comfort her or provide her with an alternative seat. They certainly, in a way, I would say, forced this particular lady back to her seat, where this particular person sitting behind her was giving a continuous harassment, bullying, or whatever you name it, according to Mrs. Shamim Akhtar. I know we have to hear Qatar Airways side as well. I think they're totally responsible for that, looking at this incident. Not only that, they did not provide any shelter or any, comfort to this particular passenger. It's your customer as well, first of all. Secondly, she has been abused, and she has been with verbal abuse and bullying her as well. And this person was doing so, was actually stopped, was told by his wife not to do that. So the wife has witnessed, his family has witnessed what is going on. The passengers around there, of course, definitely witnessed there. Plus, on top of that, the crew of Qatar Airways were the prime witnesses of this whole incident. I have seen, I know the law, I know the rules, I know when anything like that has happened on plane, certainly where the plane is going to land, unless or otherwise it's an emergency, which the plane has to be landed, whether it's flying over Europe, Australia, America, Canada, you name it. If it's not of that serious nature, this particular incident is serious, they must have informed Manchester Airport Police Authorities or Manchester Airport Authorities, who of course would definitely would have involved the police into it. And upon arrival, the person would have been questioned by the police. So this interaction after that, when of course I've told in my previous video, the mother was crying because non-stop 7 hours of abuse she was having this particular person. And she wanted to take some action, but she was on her own. And the only action she could take was to inform the authorities, inform the Qatar Airways crew on board. And they failed to take any action. I think if this is the case, then I urge the lawyers of Mr. Shamim Akhtar to take certain appropriate action against this airline as well. And I know there are many, many people, those I know, they travel a lot or they work for Qatar Airways as well. I certainly welcome their comments or their suggestion or their opinion or whatever they have witnessed. That's one thing. And the second thing is this interaction at the airport, what happened, like this Asian guy hitting police officers as well in one of the videos I've shown to you before as well. And on the other video, he has been assaulted by police as well. So all different angle but these things would have not happened if the Qatar Airways would have acted professionally, appropriately, proportionally on looking at this incident. So they have certainly failed to protect one of their customers in the air, and certainly they have failed to inform the authorities, Manchester Airport authorities, so this further incident would have been avoided. So I urge any Qatar travelers or anybody on board that flight, which was on 23rd of July, Tuesday, flying from Doha to Manchester, they must have witnessed something. Either they inform police what they have seen, what they saw, or they can certainly make comments if they're watching this, certainly. And we want to go to the ground of this matter, who's telling the truth and who is not.